Beginning.
We are now live. So we are now broadcasting to the millions.
Okay. Oh, what?
You should probably play it through all the way. Oh shit.
So bad.
Okay, so I was basically just pausing on the cuts, on the black cuts, wasn't I?
Yeah, but I also noticed that when you paused it, it would come up and say Shane has paused the video, but it didn't pause. I don't know if it's very responsive.
Yeah, it seems a bit out, like about bit alpha-ish, doesn't it? All right, let's try and do. Would you want me just to be the pause guy?
Yeah, if you can be the pause guy, and we'll do a quick a top, give it a top and introduce what we're doing.
Oh, sorry, what?
I've got 15
we might want to do you want to introduce what's happening, or we don't even know what the video is going to be like?
True that. Well, what is it then? Just to. Oh, you mean like I guess it's more like a mini podcast, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, welcome to DCR Engage Extra. So we're going to do a little rewind theater of the Mass Effect Andromeda thing that we're very excited about.
Hey! Are we recording now?
Yeah. Been recording all the way through.
Hey, stranger. Welcome to DZR Engage. This is a very special edition. We're looking at a very quick trailer reveal with Mass Effect Andromeda. I am Orgaz, and we're working closely with, of course, Ellis Nora and Binary Num. How are you crazy cats?
Oh, good. Excited.
Excited. I'm pumped. Let's look at this trailer, shall we? Let's take a look.
Years.
All right, so we slept for hundreds of years, right? Okay, so what? Humans have been in cryo for 100 years?
Yeah, sounds like it. They're heading to a distant galaxy.
Actually, that's true. We know that Andromeda is meant to be about a new journey, so they're finding a new Earth, a new galaxy. So they've been in cryosleep, presumably in a spaceship for 100 years.
Yep.
And that definitely that didn't look like a spaceship. That looked like the Citadel from the original Mass Effect. So
yeah,
is the whole city moving? Like the whole capital?
I don't know. Maybe they're just using that aesthetic, you know. Like I'd be surprised because this is an exploration journey, you assume. But and this feels very Star Trek right now. Like these guys getting hit by something and everyone's shaking around in the cockpit.
It is very Abrams Star Trek. This cut, like what's going on. So let's keep going for a bit. Okay, Hyperion.
Hyperion. Oh.
Right. Now, is that the new Normandy? Is that the new capital, the new main spaceship that you'll be piloting throughout Andromeda?
Yeah, maybe.
right? I mean, or is Hyperion the name? Because we've seen the Citadel, and then we cut to this. Is it the same thing?
Don't know. I know that Hyperion is I think it's a Greek god, isn't it? A son, like a son of a Titan or something.
It is, but isn't Hyperion a corporation within the Mass Effect universe, if I recall? I think Hyperion, it's a long way. I haven't played Mass Effect 3 for a long time, but I'm 99% sure that Hyperion was the name of the organization that one of the organizations that you're fighting during Mass Effect 3. I could be way off there.
No, I think you're wrong. You're thinking of the Invisible Man or whatever that guy was, right?
No, no. Maybe I'm thinking of a manufacturing plan or something, like a mission that we went to.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, you know what I mean, like a company called Hyperion. Anyway, you might be right. I don't know. Looking into things too much. Let's keep going. Okay, so AI. Now we know that if you go to the Mass Effect website, the Andromeda Initiative is what that is. If you check out the Mass Effect website, it's actually pretty cool. It's like a giant sales pitch. It feels like something Bethesda would have done for Fallout 4, like a virtual in-house campaign that is part of the Mass Effect recruitment universe, where you sign up to join. You know, almost like, you know, you're signing up to Branson's Virgin Galactic to fly to Mars and be one of the first. It's sort of got that vibe to it. So you're like this human journeyman, and I think that's what this AI is meant to be.
Yeah, cool. And it's already got that vibe that, you know, like they're theoretically on a peaceful mission, but they've arrived somewhere where something bad has happened. Either they've instigated something violent or they've entered a war zone. Something's going on.
And could it be that you're not, you know, a badass? Like, if you remember with Mass Effect, when you first started Mass Effect, the very first game, you had to pick your story, like your very rough background story. And that was, you know, your father died, I think, and, you know, you had to overcome the odds and do this. And another one, you were, you know, a space adventurer. And like, the point being is that you seem to be someone who had a rocky past or an interesting past. Whereas, could you just be just an average human guy who signed up? You know?
I hope they keep that sense of choice in this, because that's what made Mass Effect awesome. And speaking of choice, it's really interesting that they've chosen to go for like the white male protagonist as in the trailer. I've got to assume that there's also going to be a female protagonist that you could choose. I'm surprised they didn't go for the female protagonist, because after the Mass Effect trilogy, I thought that Fem Shep was the most popular.
Yeah, right. Everyone loved Fem Shep. Yeah, this is true. But yeah, this guy looks pretty young, so that could be it. That he doesn't look like he's not a battle-hardened average white male with a shaved head that we're used to seeing in these games. So let's see how he.
Could be a scientist.
Sorry, it could be a.
I was saying he could be a scientist or an explorer. Oh, that's a good frame to stop it on, guys.
It is a good frame, isn't it? Look at that. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that's an aesthetic I've not seen in Mass Effect. You know,
it's kind of like the promise of the Mako from the first game, which was not really terribly well executed. We've got a different kind of vehicle out the back there, don't we?
Well, they said that they even got the developers of Need for Speed to test the driving of the new Mako.
Oh, what?
This new Mako? Yeah, no shit. Because they what's the name of the studio? So they've had a driving game company, a developer,
Criterion or something.
Criterion actually helped with the mechanics for the new Mako.
Wow.
Because the new Mako is weaponized, right?
Okay.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I think
outfits are pretty spiffy.
Yeah, they're very. You know what? It makes you kind of think of, if you remember, not a lot of the world on the Citadel was very new age and sexy and beautiful. But when you got to the outer limits and you went to the other planets, you started to see other sides of the world. But these look very polished. Yeah. You know, whoever's funding this has some cash. And I wonder if this is this the AI? These are all Andromeda Initiative people, or these enemies? Is this us getting out of the Mako? I presume.
Yeah, this is us. This is our new armor. Yeah.
Yeah, it's different. It's different enough. I still like it, but it's different enough. And as I said, I think I don't recall many. You don't that sort of aesthetic, that the sand dune thing. You don't really associate that much with Mass Effect 2. Certainly Mass Effect 1.
No, those later Mass Effect games were really about taking place in built-up areas, weren't they? This could be really different.
And
more
as
of
much
a frontier.
Frontier, yeah. And people rubbished Mass Effect 1's exploring mode because it was just exploring for not really much. You weren't getting much credit, but I explored every quadrant of every planet I could access with the Mako. Like, I picked up everything on every planet, even if it was irrelevant, because I just liked that whole approach. So I'm hoping maybe we'll see more of that. You don't have to do it, of course. It's just one of those.
And hopefully it's less boring than it was in Mass Effect 1, because after you'd done 1 or 2 planets, they all sort of became the same. So
that was the complaint. Yeah, and then of course the Mako was very clunky and inefficient to run and to control. So that was the other very true point. All right, let's move on. Bam.
Oh man.
Okay, you're the new Pathfinder, right?
Okay, so we had a quick flash while we were on the sand dunes. We had a creature, so we could be doing some more kind of fighting random alien creatures in this game, which I don't think we've done for a little while. And then what did it cut to? It kind of said, "You are the Pathfinder." So that's what you were saying to us earlier, Gaz, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Obviously, we're in a different story. The Spectre I always used to joke, it was essentially the Jedi story, which is probably essentially the King Arthur story if you go back that way. But the Spectre was the guru. You were the chosen one, etc., etc., etc. Maybe in Andromeda, the idea then that the Pathfinder replaces that concept.
Cool. And we also saw what I'm going to assume is the villain, kind of floating ominously towards something.
Yeah, we see him again at the end. He's got a crazy, interesting head shape. So he's obviously. Do you mind if I rewind it just for a second? Just kind of catch some of that stuff again. He's a race we haven't seen, as far as I know.
Yeah. Cool. I've just rewound it just a tiny bit.
That's a cool shot.
What is that?
Night. That's like an outpost, nighttime. The Mako's in the corner. It just looks different. Yeah.
Cool. I might hit play.
Yep.
And I'll give control back to you, Gaz.
So gravity. So what? The planet, it's the Death Star. The Death Star, but it takes the gravity. I don't know. It sucks the planet dry. Is like a new weapon of mass destruction that they're dealing with.
Yeah, I mean, it could be.
There was that we are the aliens. Did you hear him say that?
Yeah, totally. Do you remember, Gaz? Remind me, the Mass Effect relays in Mass Effect.
Yeah,
they were a found technology, weren't they?
Correct. Yeah. So that's how humanity actually met all these other races and the Citadel, because it came across an inactive relay and then activated it, and bam.
Now, what if this game is about finding a whole new kind of technology that allows either a new kind of travel, or because gravity's being fucked with here, maybe something's going on. Maybe this is about discovering a whole new technology that we hadn't thought of.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably going to be another, again, I hate to make that joke, but is it like a Death Star? Like a bit, or what was it called in Force Awakens?
I don't even remember.
The Star Killer? It's going to be a Star Killer.
Star Killer, yeah, Star Killer base. Just should have called it Planet Death or something. Stupid.
It's pretty, I guess it's classic sci-fi though, isn't it? You got to have like the the big end all, whatever it is, machine. But to be fair, Mass Effect 1 was that good because it was just Saren. Like the Saren enemy was a great boss, a great character. And also, if you cut back a little bit, I'm not sure where it was, I won't wreck it, but there was an Asari. There was definitely Asari. We've seen some of the blue, beautiful Asari race people from the original series that are definitely propping up. Let's continue. Did you see those cloaked figures that just went? I was trying to find that before. Where is it? It's right. Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah. So like every time I watch it, I see something different. This time I noticed these kind of huge mechanical worms coming out of the ground. I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
Remember was it the Krogan planet in Mass Effect 3 had those? Remember? There was these giant beasts that would come out of the ground.
Yeah. But it doesn't make sense that it would be similar because like we're in a completely different galaxy here. So it's interesting.
Yeah. And there were some things flying in the sky. It was a little bit back, and they looked a lot like Reapers from. They weren't Reapers, I don't think, but they looked kind of like tentacle-like worm flying machines. Even a bit of Matrix style, if you want to go there, that kind of stuff. Where was it? It was a bit back. It was back here. Right there. Yeah. In the cockpit view, you just saw there was these things, like a lot of things flying. Or maybe it was just an alien or something. I don't know.
Which might imply it's like sentient robot beings or something as well. Like this could be a kind of an AI. Yeah, like you said, an AI story.
Yep. I mean, it works.
Which is not dissimilar. Yeah, not dissimilar to the original trilogy overall.
I'll go to the next scene. Bang! Do you see the Solarian there on the right? Mm-hmm. So we have that's a Solarian running. Looks a lot like good old Morden. If you remember Morden, God, I love that character.
Morden, what a great character.
The Solarian. So we know Solarians there. Asaris are there. What's this big ship? Is this the Hyperion? Do you think flying over, or is it a new enemy ship?
I don't know. Can't tell from this shot.
So that last dude we see there at the end do you think he's the main enemy? You think like he's the end boss?
I think so. And what do you think he means by special? Do you think there's a deeper meaning there, or is it just a weird line?
I hate to be cynical, but I think they're just hamming up the old Chosen One rhetoric. A bit like remember when Anakin was all of a sudden converted into Space Jesus in the in the prequels? It's like
conceived by the midichlorians.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe just being but it's had that feel like that you're the Pathfinder, you're the one. So let's see what you're made of. What's your metal?
Now, what race was Garrus? Do you remember what race he was?
I was going to say Targaryen.
Yeah, because that villain kind of looks similar, doesn't he? Just with a weird kind of halo on his head.
That's true. He does look a bit. You've stumped me, man. Garrus was I don't know. Have to look it up.
Yeah.
How could I forget that? He's like the best character in Mass Effect.
Turian.
Turian. There it is.
Turian. Yeah.
Yeah. So didn't see any Turians other than that potential. He sounds like a bad guy. He sounds like he means business. We've seen Asari. We've seen the gravity-looking machine device thing we've called Pathfinders, not Spectres. There's the Andromeda Initiative, which is the human thing. And Hyperion maybe is the new Normandy. I'm excited. Are you excited?
Yeah, it looks awesome to me. What about you, Binary? From someone who didn't play the last couple of games, what are your thoughts on it?
Oh, I looked. For a teaser trailer, they definitely teased. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I'll just say I've pre-ordered already, so I can't wait to play it.
To be honest, there's more detail in it than I realized, and there's a lot more than I expected at this stage. I honestly didn't think this game would be that far along, because I feel like those Mass Effect games are so dense and there's so much in them. I thought there might actually be a longer gap before it, but it's so exciting to see so much design work. A lot of this stuff looks like cutscene too. Like there's not a lot of in-game footage, but there's just a lot of design assets that look really great.
Well, it's hard to tell, isn't it? Because you've got that thing there that says captured engine, doesn't it?
I was just about to say that captured engine, yeah, representative of game experience.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's yeah, go on.
Yeah, I think you're going to say that though. But the idea that it is in game, but it's probably they've just been able to move. Because when you're developing, you can just release the camera and literally just fly the camera around the game engine. Man, I wish we could do that with so many games. That's the one good thing. You look at Forza Horizon. I know that's a bit of an escape from this conversation, but Forza Horizon, you can pause at any point, go to photo mode, and just literally take any angle photo of the entire environment any which way you want of that scene. You
can do it in Uncharted 4. You can do that as well, and Uncharted 4 is gorgeous. So it's that's going to photo mode. Really cool feature.
Mm-hmm. But you're saying that's still not indicative of what we're going to necessarily see in that first person view.
Yeah, and it's not indicative of what the gameplay will be like. I mean, the only gameplay I've seen has actually been a little bit boring. It's just been a little bit of platforming, like jumping from a platform to a platform. It doesn't look particularly interesting. But I guess Mass Effect was always about character and stories really as well. So hopefully they nail that.
Sweet. Yeah, well, I think we can agree. We're a little bit excited. We hope to hear more. Of course, as I said, Google Mass Effect Andromeda if you like. You can check out the site there. It's got a pretty cool profile. You can register to get more news and whatnot from the BioWare developers. So I'm sure they're going to ramp this up for a cool campaign over the next few months until release into 2017. But I think we might leave it there for Elias and for Binary. I am All Gaz. This is a little special quip of DZR Engage, and we'll see you next time.